The Commander has a panoramic day-forward/night sight with built-in laser rangefinder and Attila thermal camera and can engage targets independently, while the gunner has his own primary sight with thermal channel. The FCS has sensors that correct for thermal distortion of the barrel, the temperature of the ammunition propellant, meteorological conditions, totaling 22 sensor clusters installed at several points on the turret. A new 125 forward/EPS 97 APFS round was developed for use with the new tank, which can defeat 540 mm of IHA at 2000 m. The Czech tanks were also equipped with a rear-view camera, a new intercom, navigational system, the T-72 forward/97B auto-diagnostic system, and improvements to the suspension due to the increase in the weight of the T-72 M4CZ by 4 tons. Curiously, the obsolete 2A46 main gun was retained, as was the original 2E28M stabilization system, which was modestly upgraded with new hydraulic drives and gyroscopic sensors, resulting in only marginal improvements in first hit probability despite the sophisticated and expensive terms TFCS. The published probability of hitting a stationary target on the move is said to be between 65 and 75% with the first fired round. In comparison, the Leopard 2A4 from the mid-1980s can achieve a first round hit probability on the move of 75 to 85% at 2000 m and as high as 90% with a skilled crew. The original tender called for an order of 350 tanks, which was downgraded to 140 in the face of dwindling defense budgets and finally amounted to a commitment for only 35 tanks to be upgraded to the T-72 M4CZ standard. One of the reasons for this drastic reduction was due to the escalating unit cost of the upgrade from an initial estimate of $3.7 m and closing on a final cost of $5.2 m per tank. 122. VT-72 M4 modernized VT-72 Brim 72, ARV with T-72 M4CZ upgrades including the power pack and communications upgrades. 4. T-72 Scarab, also known as T-72-4, 2017, modernization of the T-72 M1 by Czech company Excalibur Army, introduced in 2019. This version offers several modernization packages depending on buyers' preferences. These include increased armor protection, better power pack, better protection against WMDs, modern optical and targeting systems, remote control of the external 12.7mm machine gun, new fire control system, modern communications system, new fire protection system and more. 123. T-72 Avenger, also known as T-72EA, 2022, modernization of the T-72, various versions, to third-generation standard by Excalibur Army. Adds new improvements to the Scarab modernization. Addition of 196 reactive armor segments that add equivalent of 400mm steel protection. New optical and electronic targeting system, modernized night vision optistrade for all 3 crew members. New laser rangefinder and improved commanders and driver sights. Passive night vision system that does not require infrared illumination. Improved thermal sight with ballistic computer. Periscopic sights with anti-laser protection. Modernized, more powerful, 840 HP engine. Complete modernization of driver's position with a new digital dashboard. New internal and external communication systems, digital radio enable engine encrypted communication. New fire protection system. 124, 125. East Germany. T-72MS on parade in East Berlin 1988 Fab 172M driver training vehicle T-72M. This designator was not only used for the standard T-72M, but also for 75 basic T-72S that were upgraded by RWN in 1986. These tanks, Kampfpanzer, were fitted with rubber side skirts, smoke grenade launchers Tucker and the additional 16mm steel plate in the upper glacis plate. 79. T-72M Übergangs version East German Army designator for 23 late production T-72MS from Poland fitted with the additional hull armor. Delivered in 1986. T-72K and T-72K1 East German Army designators for command tanks, Führungspanzer. T-72TK East German designation for VT-72B, Bram 72B. The vehicle was planned to enter service with NVA in 1990, but only one was actually handed over to IB-9, Instandsetzungsbataillon 9, at Droghide, Torgelow. 2 others were still in Grossenhain, Central Tank Workshop near Dresden, on the 3rd of October, 1990. At this place the tanks got fitted with relevant NVA kit and the cranes were tested forward/certified. 4. BLP-72, Brückenleger Panzer. The East German Army had plans to develop a new Brigelier tank that should have been ready for series production from 1987, but after several difficulties the project was cancelled. 126. Fab 172M or FAP 172U, Fahrausbildungspanzer, driver training vehicle. 3 vehicles were made by using the chassis of the cancelled BLP-72 project. Georgia. A Georgian T-72 Sim-1 T-72 Sim-1 increased implementation of K-1 reactive and K-5 passive armor. New Falcon command and control system, GPS navigation system and Polish SK-01T Drawer T fire control system with thermal imager and laser range finder, from PT9120. 127. It has also a friend author recognition system. India. Adyar Mk2 by the late 1970s, Indian Army HQ had decided to acquire new generation replacements for its UK origin fleet of Royal Ordnance factories built Centurion and Vijayanta MBTs, which are based on licensed production of the Vickers MBT, and consequently paper evaluations concerning the firepower and mobility characteristics of the 2 principal contenders being offered for full-in-country production AMX-40 developed by Guyot Industries of France, and the Chieftain 800, which later evolved into the Challenger 1 from Royal Ordnance factories, then owned by British Aerospace plc, were conducted by the Indian Army. Between these 2 contenders, the Army had by early 1980 zeroed in on the 43-ton AMX-40 MBT, which was still on the drawing boards and was meant to be powered by a 1,100 HP Poyode V12X 12-cylinder diesel engine coupled with a LSG 3000 automatic power shift transmission built by RENK Aktiengesellschaft of Germany, offering a power-to-weight ratio of 25.6 HP forward/ton, and armed with a 120mm smoothbore cannon. However, AMX-40 had only marginal protection by the standards of 1980s. After coming back to power, the Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi requested additional evaluation including MBTs from the USSR, following which the Soviet Union's Ministry of Foreign Economic Relations, which after 1991 morphed into Oberon Export, then Rosoberon Service and ultimately Rosoberon Export State Corp., made a formal offer to India's Ministry of Defence, MOD, for supplying the 37-ton T-72M Object 172ME4 MBT off the shelf. and according an approval for licensed production of the 41.5-ton T-72M 1982 Object 172ME6 to the Mod-Owned Heavy Vehicles Factory, HVF, in Avadi. By early 1981, two T-72MS powered by a 780 HP diesel engine, armed with 125mm to a 46 mm smoothbore gun and offering a power-to-weight ratio of 20 HP/ton, were subjected to an exhaustive series of in-country firepower and mobility trials by the Army. After review of trial results, T-72M and T-72-1982, powered by a Model V84MS 4-stroke 12-cylinder multi-fuel engine developing 840 HP and offering a power-to-weight ratio of 18.8 HP/ton, were selected as Army's future MBTs, and a procurement contract for 2,418 T-72s was subsequently inked. 128, at your Mk1 Indian version of the T-72M1. In parallel with buying various T-72M off the shelf from the Soviet Union, India also launched its domestic production at Heavy Vehicles Factory. 4. At your Mk2 Indian version of the T-72M1 with era and banks of 6 smoke grenade launchers on each side. Combat improved Atyar, not to be confused with Atyar Mk2. For a rather long time the Indian Army did not intend to modernize its T-72 tanks since it was relying on their own tank project, the Arjun. However, the Arjun program had been undergoing difficulties. As a result, they adopted the Operation Rhino plan aimed at re-equipping 1,500 T-72M1 tanks. The upgrade program provides for installation of a Polish SKO-1T drawer T fire control system /thermal imager supplied by the Polish PCO /Senzin, from PT-9120, DRD explosive reactive armor, a navigation system from Israel's Tamam, German Light F or South African RDI, a locally developed laser illumination warning system, new radios are manufactured by Tadiran or GES Marconi and an improved NBC protection system will be fitted. The tank is planned to be powered by a 1000 HP, 750 kilowatts, S1000 engine made with Polish firm PZL Wola, also from PT-9120. It is also upgraded with new fire detection and suppression systems and laser warning systems on either side of the turret. Indian sources often say that 1,800-2,000 T-72M1 tanks will be upgraded top to bottom while the rest will undergo only partial improvement. 4. Tank ex-Indian integration of the Arjun turret onto the T-72 hull, prototype only. Did not enter production as it was rejected by the Indian Army. Iran. T-72M racks, Iranian T-72M upgrade, equipped with a variant of Contact 5 era among many upgrades. 129. Iraq. T-72 Assad Babil abandoned near Baghdad, April 2003. T-72 Saddam T-72M modified by Iraq to suit local conditions. Some of the suspension shock absorbers were removed and a searchlight on the right-hand side of main armament was added. 4. Lion of Babylon, Assad Babil, Iraqi assembled version of the T-72M1. Poland. T-72M/T-72M1 licensed, standard T-72 models produced in Poland. T-72M, Object 172ME3. This export version of the T-72 was built under license by Bumal Abdi in Gliwice starting in 1982. Like Soviet tanks, the Polish T-72M was initially fitted with gill armor. Later the tanks were upgraded with rubber-side Skursong 902W Tucker smoke grenade launchers. Late production models have an additional 16mm steel plate welded on the upper glacis plate, like in the T-72M1. T-72M1, Object 172ME5. This export version of the T-72 was also built under license in Poland since 1983. The most obvious external difference relative to Soviet analogs is the reduced number of KMT mounting points on the lower hull glacis plate. It is the first version to feature ceramic sandbars quartz rods in the turret cavity and 16mm, 0.63 in, high-hardness steel applique armor on upper glacis. T-72M1D Polish designation for T-72M1K.88. T-72M1R modification of T-72M1. Jaguar. When Polish production of the T-72 started in 1982, the Poles considered upgrading them, and the first domestic T-72 upgrade program was launched by the Institute of Armament and Equipment of the Polish Army. The project was codenamed Jaguar since that was the designation under which the Soviet Union transferred the technical data package for the T-72. The Jaguar was never more than a concept. For Wilk. Beginning in 1986, the Polish T-72 Wilk project was instituted to allow tank repair plants to upgrade T-72 tanks within their own facilities. In particular, it was proposed that the Soviet-made Volna fire control system be replaced by the Czechoslovak Madikladivo FCS or by the Polish SK-01 Merida, which was originally designed for T-55M Merida. Besides the new FCS, the Radomka passive night vision devices were installed in the driver's compartment, as was the Lies water night sight, a bra laser illumination warning system, teller anti-laser smoke grenade launchers, solid or modular metal side skirts, and the Polish-developed Irawa 1 or Irawa 2 explosive reactive armor was also fitted. This program was further developed and led to the PT-91. PT-91 Twdy in Polish service. PT-91 Twdy, a Polish main battle tank based on T-72M1, developed sometime between the late 1980s and early 1990s and involving use of a new digital fire control system, newly developed era, and an uprated power plant. This formed the basis for a whole line of derivative vehicles. PT-91 was a result of previous T-72 upgrade programs. Malaysian PT-91M Pendaka PT-91M Pendaka production export variant for Malaysia with Sage M715 fire control system, a new 1000 HP power pack with Renk automatic transmission bringing its top speed to 70 km per hour. Its main gun have been changed to AZTS-2, a 46 ms 125mm gun, a 7.62mm FN mag coaxial machine gun, and a 12.7mm FN Browning M2 HBAA machine gun. This variant is also equipped with Sage M panoramic sight, a Sage M laser gyroscope inertial navigation system, turret stabilization system, a BRA-3 laser warning system, integrated with 81mm smoke grenade launchers, CBRN warning and protection system, fails communication systems. Irawa 2 explosive reactive armor, and German-made tank tracks, dial defense. 2 prototypes made, renamed PT-91E and PT-91X. 48 serial PT-91M Malach vehicles produced 2007, 2009. WZT-3ARV based on the T-72M. It is armed with a 12.7mm, 1-2 in, machine gun fitted Toth commander's hatch. Standard equipment includes crane with telescopic jig that can lift a maximum load of 15 tons, front-mounted stabilizing dozer blade, main and secondary winches. 4. WZT-3M AFST 3M APT-91 based variant for Polish Army. M84AIA M84 a based variant, made on license in Yugoslavia 15 vehicles for Kuwait. ARV-3A T-72 based variant for Indian Army 352 vehicles made. Mid-business engineering tank based on the PT-91 tank hull. Mid-EMA PT-91M based variant for Malaysian Army. WZT-4 Armored Recovery Vehicle, PT-91M based variant for Malaysian Army. Technically this vehicle is close